Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be working on another Project Life spread for week 28 of 2021. So this week I'm going to be using some of the new LE Studio products from the July kit. The 1, 2, 3 card at the bottom, the Thought Bubble card, and also the title card are all from the new kit. And then for the title card, I'm just going to keep it really simple. I pulled out, I think those numbers are from Pink Fresh, and I'm also using some of my favorite Amy Tan really like thin, almost vellum like alphas to write week. I knew I had enough that were the same kind of color pink as my hair, so I thought that I would try to incorporate that because there's no other pink in the spread, so I just wanted to bring it in there in some way. This tag is also from Ellie's Studio, and of course I loved how it brought in the color from the 1, 2, 3 card. I'm going to stamp the dates on there, and I don't do too much else to that title card. I try to just keep it simple, but yeah, right now I'm fussy cutting out this floral, which I think is from the Studio Calico printables that I printed off a bunch of different kits the other day. But spoiler alert, I do not end up using that flower. And this is one of those spreads where a lot of things just end up not quite working out. And I change so much throughout. So don't get too attached to anything because odds are I will probably change it by the end. I do like the way the spread turned out, but it takes me a minute to get there. It was one of those weeks, which I'm sure everyone can relate to. Usually when I do Project Life, I kind of buzz through them, but I don't know, everything wasn't coming together this week. But yeah, so right now I am adding Lay and Casey to the bottom of this picture of Lemonade. I was able to meet up with my friend Casey this week. You'll also see a black and white photo of us on this layout, but that's been really nice. We were able to get lunch together, and we've been going to these fun little coffee shops around town. There's a couple of them called Coffee Central. And so we were able to go there, and we actually didn't get coffee this time. We got lemonade and lunch, but it was really fun. But I do end up changing that card. So now that I'm looking at it, it looks fine, but I do really like the way that it turns out later. So I am glad that I changed it. So just be aware that is going to change. Other things that happened this week, I obviously dyed my hair pink. So, yeah, I got my roots done the other day. So my hair was like half blonde, half purple, and the purple had really grown out a lot. So I thought that I would try pink this time. So my hair is kind of two-toned purpley and pinky, but it's working for me right now. So of course I had to snap a picture to show PL what I'm looking like these days. Then at the bottom, that's kind of a picture of me laying on the couch in our living room, and I was documenting. It's hard to see because it's small, but there's both of our doggies, and then we're doggy sitting for my parents because they're out of town. So yeah, I wanted to kind of get the view of all the dogs hanging out in the living room with me. And the picture at the bottom is a tattoo that Will did last weekend. Actually, he went to Oxford to his friend's tattoo shop and was like a guest tattooer there. And I didn't really document it because I didn't have anything to document. And then Will ended up posting that picture on his story. So I screenshot it real quick, and I figured, what does it matter? I'll document it this week, So I just said, oh, Will did this last weekend. So things like that don't bother me. I just like to have it documented in some way. And of course, I said it was last weekend, so it all comes together. No biggie. So once again, you saw that I'm still just ruthlessly trying to fit that flower onto this spread. And I tried to put it like in this little sun's like hair, but that didn't work. Now I'm trying with these Amy Tan stickers, and that's still not working. So at this point, I figured out I don't really like this card here, the lemonade card. I do want to try to salvage that little and sign from the middle because I'm going to use it again, but I'm going to go and reprint that picture off. And I'm one that I'm not like too much of a stickler about reprinting pictures. If it's a picture that I like and that I think I will use again. Like I said in my junk journal video, I'll toss it in this little drawer that I have by my desk and I'll use it for some other project. But like these cups, I'm obviously not going to use the other one, but it doesn't bother me if I reprint it. I want to enjoy my spreads and like what I create. And if I don't like it, it's always going to stick out to me and bother me. So I'm happy that I reprinted it. So I decided to move the ampersand kind of up into the middle of the straws of the lemonades. And then I added an L and a K. And I ended up just kind of outlining the cups with a white like jelly roll pen. And I really like the way that that looks. It just makes them pop and makes them a little more fun. So I knew when I saw this 1, 2, 3 card, I was going to do all my journaling inside of the numbers. So I just kind of journal about dyeing my hair and being really happy that I have the freedom to dye my hair any color that I want without having to worry about work and all that kind of stuff. I also talked about how we are doggy sitting for Mono and how he is like such a joy to have around and all that kind of stuff. And then of course I mentioned that Will last weekend went to Oxford to tattoo and how happy I am that he is like building connections with different tattooers and how he's doing great and all that kind of stuff. So here I know that I want to embellish this pink haired card in some way, but I'm kind of struggling on what I'm going to do. So first I decide to stick down this brave and bold sticker, but then the more I look at it, shocker, I decide I don't really like that. So I am going to remove it. First, I'm kind of just going through my cards. I'm really looking for a card to replace that sun card, but I found this check this and it was kind of in a darker pink. So I thought that I would just try to see if I could incorporate it. So I'm just going to fussy cut that out. That is a printable from Humble and Create that I printed off like a while back, but I love thought bubbles as I've mentioned before. So I definitely had to snag those. So I really like the way this looks, but obviously the thought bubble is like facing the wrong way, so it's not facing my face. So ta-da, I went and I just flipped the image on my phone. I use the Color Story app and it's really easy to just flip your image, and then I just reprinted it. And that picture, for example, I will save. I put it in my junk journal drawer and I will probably use that picture in my junk journal eventually. But yeah, I like the way that that check this looks. It looks like I'm saying that, so I liked that more. Then down here at the bottom, I really struggle with this as well. So I was trying to kind of cover up some of this person's leg that I didn't really want to be in my album, right? So I'm trying to use a label, but I didn't really have anything to say because I've already written a lot about Will and doing this tattoo on that journaling card. And also this is a story post from Will. So there's already writing on that card. So I decided I did not like that label. And so I'm adding this kind of just solid color label, which I like a lot more, but I'm trying to use my sand eraser to kind of take some of the like leftover residue from that first label off of the card. Now the sand eraser really does help if you have a little residue on maybe like a regular piece of paper, but since it was that photo card, it just was not taking it off. So I'm going to also have to reprint that picture as well. So I told y'all, I'm full of it in this spread, but that's the way it is. So I decided to put pink hair underneath the check this thought bubble. You can't see it super well right now in this video, but you can see it obviously a lot better in real life. But I do like the way that that looks, and I incorporated that alpha a little more, which I always like. So here I've already reprinted this picture, and so now I don't have the residue, but guess what? I once again don't like that label. I know I'm just the most during this. So I pulled that label off. So then what I end up doing is I have another label that's the same exact size, which was good. And it is a better color. It's a little darker. So I like that a lot more. So that is going to stay there. So don't worry. And now I am just trying to it's starting to come together for me, but I'm trying to really make it work. So I have these little like different sized enamel dots that I'm kind of sprinkling throughout, but I do move them around a little bit more. Once again, I love this thought bubble card. So I decided to outline them because I've done like little dash borders and different things with the black pen on this spread. So I thought that would look good. And then I'm moving all around. But down here on the bottom card, I end up adding with my little roller stamp, I added document, which I think just makes it a little more exciting. And like I said, I didn't have any journaling, so I really like the way that that ended up looking. I also added document in the same little area up here on the title card. And then once again, y'all, I got ink on my card, which just infuriated me. But I used my sand eraser and it did come off of the regular paper. So that is a tip that usually works. I guess photo paper, not so much. Regular paper, you can usually get that little ink mark at least somewhat off. So then I do add a little bit of like white and pink twine into that tag, which I think looks really cute. And I added a little embellishment. And then I'm going to add in my journaling on this card. And I don't think I do much else. As you see, that sun card just randomly went away. I'm sorry about that. But I added a really old Citrus Twist little a different little card that says so many ideas, so little time. And I thought that that worked because inside the thought bubbles, I wrote about like a lot of the things that I've been doing on YouTube and how I've been trying to grow my channel and different things like that. So I felt like that kind of worked. And then I added a heart, as you saw on that one picture. And this is kind of my random little bowl of just random embellishments. So I found a couple of these that kind of matched. They must have been from the same sheet from Citrus Twist. So I end up adding one to the title card and then one to the cups of lemonade. And I really like the way that that ended up looking. So I'm very happy with it. And that is it. So I finally complete this spread. Thanks for following along with me and dealing with all of my changes. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this Project Life spread. If you did, please give me a like and please also consider subscribing. And I will be back at you soon with another video. Bye, guys.